Hello, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things and do them more regularly. So I'm going to quickly do a review, because I've got other stuff I need to do. Quickly do a review on Titan's Return. It's Titan's Return. Titan's Return, Broadside. And here he is in his aircraft carrier mode with his Titan Master. I'll be honest, I don't really care what he's gonna. I don't really care what he's called, so I'm going to just call him Steve. There you go. Titan Master Steve. There you go. And Steve's a Titan Master. He looks like that. It doesn't really matter. Let's put it to one side. You have the gun, which is terrible, frankly. It's let me just unpeg it. Just plug into a port there. It's a big clear thing. I'm not even sure if it's molded like the one for the original. I don't know. It's a big big clear translucent thing with big hollow bit for Steve to sit in if you must. And yeah, it's not so good. I mean, there are probably other places you can plug it in, like there's one there. It's never going to look any good, so it's fine. So here's Broadside's aircraft carrier mode. Now, in the box, I'm pretty confident he comes with a little set of aerial bots based on the Combiner Wars figures, if I'm not mistaken. That could just go onto these little Titan Master ports that are just, the little pegs sticking out here, there, and everywhere. I think I threw away the box a couple of days ago, and they would have been in it, but I've never used them once, and if you did, it would just prove how horribly out of scale this is. Because, Combiner War figures would be slightly bigger than Sideswipe here. They're not really going to be in scale if they're like that big. So, who cares? I mean, it's neat that they did it, but it's not something I care about. But here we have the aircraft carrier, and it's nice. It's got the little strip across there, and it's got more things here, and there's loads of molded detail, if that means anything. I don't know. It's got the little tower there. It's fine. It's up on three little legs. 1, 2, 3, and it's fine. Till you turn it upside down, you're like, oh look, okay, there's a robot underneath, basically. Because they're gonna be the legs, they're the arms, and this is clearly the body with a weird head. It's nothing to write home about. It's not rocket science, but it's fine. This mode looks okay. Alright. So let's go towards jet mode, and then we'll go to rope mode after that. I think that's the plan. So what we've got to do is, and this is something else you can do. I don't know how it works. You can actually open up this tower, and there's like markings and things in there, and I believe there should be some way to, like, I don't know, stand Steve in it or something. Like, you can stand in it. I don't know if it's supposed to, like, become a chair. Something like that. Because there's no, like, pegs or anything to plug him in. So, I don't know exactly how it's supposed to work. I don't... Steve, no! There we go, going back. Okay. So, yeah, you can do that with it. I don't know why you would, but you can. So modes of transformation to the jet mode. We need to fold this over underneath to fill in this gap, and fold that flat. Okay? Right. We need to pop loose. Which panel goes first? There's basically, that's a panel, that's a panel, that's a panel, that's a panel, and that's a panel. We need to adjust these, but honestly, I haven't touched this figure in about 3 months. 2-3 months? So I'm not sure in what order we need to do them in. So if I can get this loose, right, fold that one over the top. Okay, double hinge it. Good, good. Can I get this one loose from there? Stop popping everything loose. Right, okay, fold that one over. I got this one loose. This one loose. Fold it out on the big hinges there. Okay, good, good, good. And then we need to get this one, which tabs in under there, I think. Fold it underneath to about there. Okay. All right. Might as well fold these in. And now I'm trying to remember how things work. Okay. Need to split these, which are clearly the legs, but shh. Fold this out of the way so we can fold that in. And then, how's it go again? to rotate like that, I believe. Fold that out to there, fold that up like that, and then fold this underneath. I think that's about right. And then there's tab sticking out there. Can you see that? That tab sticking out there. We need to put that into a slot on the inside of the leg and bend to about there. And then we can, I believe, how's this work again? Hinge out basically the arms. Hinge them down, and do they peg in somewhere? Do they tab in? I can't remember. Or do they just... Oh, right, okay. There's a little hook on top of the arm there, if you can tell, that little hook. That just hooks into the square there. Okay, right, good. That's one side. Yay, I remembered something. Yay. Okay. Right, let's try and do this the other for the other side so you can actually see what's going on. So we're going to rotate the leg. Make sure this red bit's all the way over, this bit's all the way up straight. Get this piece, fold it underneath so that that little peg, that hole goes onto that peg. You see this? Or is the light washed out? Let me just... Or is it not washed out enough? There we go. So that hole has gone to this peg. And peg on. And then we want that peg there. It's going to that slot there, I'm pretty confident. Yep, goes in there. Bend this a little. Rotate this all the way around. Get it lined up, and then this little hook will go into the square there. And it's in. And that, if I remember rightly, is the jet mode. All together, come on, behave. There you go, you're on camera, come on. That's the jet mode. One neat thing is, if I remember rightly, you can open up the cockpit and you actually sit Steve in there. Someone's going to be complaining that, oh, it's not his name, it's not Steve. I don't care. Close that up. Look, Steve's in there. He's piloting it. Yay! And it's really stupid, isn't it? This is the worst mode. I know there are like fan modes, but frankly, I just nah. Oh, and I believe if you want, you can plug the gun in there, and it just kind of hides the gap and kind of breaks up the fact there's a giant blocker, and it doesn't look as bad when the gun's in there. I say as bad, I'm not saying it looks good, it just doesn't look as bad. It still ain't great. So we'll unplug that. And we'll pop out Steve. There we go. And we'll go for the robot mode. Yay! I did a size comparison, didn't I? I did that. I'll tell you what, we'll do it quickly for the plane mode as well. There you go. He's that big. Yay. So we'll transform him, and we will double hinge these back up. And back up. And we will unpeg those, straighten them out, unpeg, straighten out. And I'm going to bring this up a little bit. There you go, just make life a bit more comfortable for me. Fold this panel back underneath. Okay. We're going to get this whole nose section, including the cockpit, and fold that onto the, not you, fold that onto the back, stand it up, rotate the arms, flip out the hands out this handy dandy little tab sticking out there, rotate out the hand. Will you stop it? I want you to be a reveal. Stop popping out, because that's really easy to press. Rotate the hand, sorry, the arm, pop out the hand. Come on, behave. There we go. Untab this piece again, fold it around, and flatten that out. So bring this around. They kind of go into like a point at the front. I think that's the best people have worked out how to put them. So do that. Pull that around. Get them to sort of go against each other's point. Get that underneath. I like to try and line up this lump and that piece sticking out for him to stand on. That's my personal preference. You don't have to at all. Get these pointy bits at the top. Fold those onto the back. Adjust these to your preference. You can fold them down a little bit if you want. Might be an idea. And that's the body. And now we'll transform Steve, because guess what? Steve transforms into the head. He's not a completely useless thing at all. But whatever, fine. Okay, transform him, and we'll peg him onto the body. There we go. And that's Steve as a head. And I'll be honest with you, he looks pretty good. I'll give him that. He does look pretty good. But as these figures tend to do, for some reason, there's this big grey button. Because I've pressed it twice already, but whatever. We'll press this, and now he's got big cheek bits, which I think actually kind of works on this figure, but dealer's choice, you don't have to have them. You can just leave them pushed in, but I'll leave them there for the sake of it. And this is Broadside in robot mode. I actually kind of like it. It's not great, but I don't think they're going to make a really good Broadside. I'm not sure they can do it. Because of the scale of the character, I don't think they're ever going to be able to make a really good Broadside. So this is kind of what we're going to get. And I think he does an alright job. I also like the fact he's somewhat asymmetrical. Because he's got like this on this side, with that, which, I don't know, do you want that to be a laser? Do you want it to be one like heat-seeking missile? It's up to you. You can do. He's a wrecker, I suppose, in some versions. You got this that looks like a 6-tube missile launcher, or rocket launcher at least. Again, I'm on board with that. Totally on board with that. He's got his giant rifle, which still looks terrible, but at least he's still got a big gun. So, you know. And the gun doesn't actually look that out of scale with him, because he's reasonably hefty. I mean, everything he's got has got chunk to it, and that's one thing I do appreciate. He has got chunkitude. So, you know, I can get behind him. And again, if you want, you can always leave these up, but I don't know why you would. And these actually reveal extra ports on top. So, again, if you really want to, again, you don't have to, but if you want, you can just, go on, you can put the gun on the shoulder. You probably shouldn't, but you can, you know, maybe do it that way if that look any better. There you go. Would that look any better? Don't know. I'm trying to remember if you can actually store it on him anywhere. Bear with me, give me a second. No, I think that's about as good as you're going to get, unless it's going to peg into the leg there. There's no on the arms. There's one in the butt. So if you want to lift this up, you can plug it into the butt, but then the back's not flat. You plug it into the crotch. I'm just saying you can. You don't have to. It's not a good idea, but you can. But yeah, I don't know if it's just the underdog thing that I really like, or what, or if it's just because I know other people don't like him. I'm just being different and awkward. Who knows? But I do kind of like him. I mean, obviously, I didn't pay full price for him. I found him on sale, I believe, in Demand Toys, I think. I found him, he was like 18 quid delivered, something like that. So, I'm okay with this. But he's alright, he's fine. He'll do the job. I mean, the plain mode, even on the G1, never looked any good anyway. So, I can't hold it against him, really. And I should really look at some of the fan modes in case they are actually any good. I haven't really looked. But he's fine. Maybe there's a decent Shapeways kit for him. I don't know. I know they do axes for him, but I'm not about that life. So size comparison again. Size comparison again. Come on, nose. That side swipe. Hightower if you want him. Age of Extinction Bumblebee and Studio Series Optimus Prime. Studio Series Bumblebee movie Optimus Prime? Whatever. So he's a Voyager, but he's a reasonably chunky Voyager. And again, he should be chunky. There we go. It's just occurred to me that now, because I've got him, and I've already reviewed Generation Sandstorm, I've actually got all 3 Autobot triple changes. It's only just occurred to me I actually have got them. Because I recently got Siege Springer, I've got him, and I've got Sandstorm. That's cool. Whereas I've got Generations Blitzwing. That's all I've got. Oh, and I've got Classics Deluxe Octane. But I'm not going to add that. I've only got one of the Decepticon triple changes in Voyager. Got all the Autobots. So that's nice. Put them in with the Wreckers. There you go. Anyway, yeah, I've done a review. That's nice. I'm going to call it a day there. I'm trying to get back into the habit of doing them a bit more regularly when I've got a chance, because they don't take long to do. So, anyway, yeah, I'm calling it a day. So, I should be ugly, I should be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one, when I discover my 3rd mode. Someone Useful Society. No, that's not going to work, is it? Bye!